What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto market. And my name is Connor. I hope you're all doing great. It's Sunday evening at the current moment in time, and boy oh boy do we have a lot to discuss in today's live stream with everything that is now coming to light that was previously in the shadows. On top of that, of course, we will be covering the general crypto market, Bitcoin, altcoins, the major charts, all of the above, so that you guys are well prepared for this upcoming week. Because I'm expecting actually a lot of volatility this week. The market overall has not been volatile. It's been very sideways. But after periods of consolidation come periods of volatility. And that's what we should be bracing for right now. Anyways, welcome everyone to the stream. Let's get right into it and start off like we always do with our crypto market overview. Shout out to everyone here in our live chat. I can see we have Jen. What's going on, Jen? Jen likes the description I put for the live stream video today. Good to hear that feedback. Be Cool. What's going on, Be Cool? Thappy. We got Ringo37. What's going on, Ringo? We got Armzilla, Fiat Hater, and Ringo saying USDT dominance gets smashed in due time. I believe it will, but in the meantime, we have to simply go with the market. Good to see all of you guys. Shout out to Lee J as well. Let's get into this. So looking at the market in general, like I said, we have had a very quiet kind of past 2 weeks since the start of February when we had a major volatility event to the downside. Things have cooled off. We have gone into a period of consolidation. For the most part, everything is unchanged. All the action is happening inside of the trenches, which are typically take place on the Solana Blockchain. And we'll get into that in a second. But taking a look at the current state of affairs with altcoins, looking at the Crypto Bubbles Top 100, we have a bit of a mixed bag, a lot of red, a few green coins on the day, but for the most part, you can see the numbers. Not a lot of volatility. Nothing is up plus or minus 10% on the day. It is really just sideways currently. So let's hop right into Bitcoin and go over the charts before we get into these juicy details and all of the drama unfolding in the world of crypto currently. So looking at BTC, like I said, since the big volatility event at the start of February to the downside, we have been completely sideways. Now, what needs to happen for Bitcoin? Well, of course, we need to reclaim key levels. What are key levels? Well, we know 100K is a huge support resistance flip. It's a very important level to get back above. And I have a line here at 99,000, general area 99, 100K. We want to get back above that level. All right. Now, I would not be surprised to see demand get tested one last time before a new all-time high. Where is demand? What is the most important level on this chart to act as support to hold for Bitcoin? Well, that is the previous swing low, which is still down here at 89,000. Has not been tested other than over here on the 13th of January. You can see all these other wicks. They pretty much stopped short at around $90,000, $91,000. All right. Very important level down here, 89K. And if it will get tested, I think it will happen sometime soon. All right. And that will likely be a major buying opportunity before the last push for the cycle. So for this week, I would look for a potential move on Bitcoin down here to the 89K level, sub 90K essentially in our green demand zone. Be prepared for a possible test of here. That would mean further downside on altcoins temporarily before a huge reversal to the upside, in my opinion. Okay. So again, with this deep consolidation happening at the moment, this prolonged sideways price action, we need to essentially brace for a volatile event taking place. Of course, it would be great if it just goes up from here and, pumps to new all-time highs, but it is typically not that simple. And with the way the chart looks, with the way that this level has not really been tested too much down here, this demand zone, a very important level, you should essentially brace for that to get tested at least one last time before a major bullish reversal. How does that line up with the major charts such as stablecoin dominance, Bitcoin dominance, total 2, total 3? Well, let's go over that right now. So these charts are showing signs of strength. Why are they showing signs of strength? Well, they are unable to close above very important levels. Here we are looking at stablecoin dominance, just USDT. All right, USDC and all the other stablecoins are not involved in this chart. But anyways, you can see the range high up here, the previous swing high. at 4.61%. There's also an important level at 4.54%. It is a hidden level, but nonetheless, notice, where did the weekly close happen this week? The weekly close happened at 4.52%. That is below all the previous important swing highs, okay? And the main one being the most obvious one with this wick at 4.61%. The past 2 weeks have closed below it. This is a sign of strength. Why? This is an inverse chart. When this chart goes down, coins go up. When this chart goes up, coins go down. So that is looking okay right now. However, one thing to note when it comes to technical analysis, when there is a long wick up into a key level and there are no bodies closing in that key level, especially in like the middle time frames, like the 4 hour, the 1 hour, 2 hour, etc., right? Notice how it's really just a wick up into here. What does that tell us? It tells us there are untapped orders there still, some leftover orders that need to get filled, and the market makers will typically grab that liquidity first before a major reversal. So if we were to see another spike up, it's likely going to happen sometime soon. Maybe that's just another spike up to around 4.8%, right? This is a supply zone that formed over here back in November, actually on election, or just after election day, I should say, early November. All right, and the other key level would be up here outlined in red at 5.06, up here to 5.2. Now, I do not anticipate, if it was to reach this very high level up here at 5.2%, that would be a catastrophic drop and likely send Bitcoin to 70K. I don't really see that happening right now, but I can see a partial fill of this wick at least up here to 4.8% before a major potential reversal. Either that's going to happen or we're just going to start to drop from here and flip bullish, but we should for sure be anticipating some kind of potential downside before more upside. And that would look, again, on Bitcoin, a move to 89K, and on stablecoin dominance, it would look for a move to around 4.8% again. Ideally, that ends up in a wick. It closes back below the key level on the daily time frame, and then we can have a big reversal from there and hit our macro target here lower, which would probably line up with the cycle top, and that's down here at 3.3% on stablecoin dominance. Anyways, moving on now, let's look at Bitcoin dominance. So very similar story playing out here in the sense where last week we had a sign of weakness. Again, because this chart actually closed above its previous swing high on Bitcoin dominance, which was at 61.53%. You can see this weekly closure that just took place, I believe it was 23 minutes ago if I'm not mistaken. You can see how the week ended up closing down here at 60.73%, which is below the previous swing high. This is now turned from a sign of weakness to a sign of strength. This is another inverse chart where we want to see it go down for altcoins to go up. So the majors are looking bullish at the current moment in time. However, that does not mean we are completely out of the woods, and we should still look for one potential last head fake before the big major macro reversal into essentially another bullish period for the crypto market, which, you know, as we know, they're relatively short-lived. So we should for sure be looking to capitalize on the event if given, and I think we will be given another one. But we must be essentially patient and read these charts correctly and play it to the best of our abilities to make the most out of it. So again, signs of strength here on the major charts. However, again, long wicks up. Really no candle bodies closing in any key level is telling us that, yeah, there's likely kind of untapped orders there. And we should not be surprised for a test, a potential test of those wicks. Right over here on Bitcoin dominance, it went up to 64.23%. Maybe we want to test, if we can pull a fib, maybe we just want to test the golden pocket. That would still be back up here to 62.8%. And that would still cause altcoins to have a little drop. So that's what I'm looking at right now to start this week. I have a pretty good feeling that there is going to be volatility. And essentially looking for one last kind of little push lower before a major push higher. That should be pretty clear. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on now. So now in terms of some signs of weakness, we can call them. Well, we can see here that the total, I mean, it never did close below, 3 trillion over here. And for all of these charts, I was discussing it in yesterday's stream as well. They all need to reclaim their previous swing high in order to essentially confirm a macro reversal. Otherwise, this would all just be considered chop. So the previous swing high on the total market cap chart is at 3.57 trillion. Notice how we are unable to get back above here on the weekly 3.24 trillion. So anyways, look, signs of strength, right? We haven't closed below the previous lows. We broke them, but we swept them and we're back inside of the range. You can see I do have this key liquidity here, has not been tapped yet. But anyways, again, in order for us to confirm a macro bullish reversal, these previous swing highs must be reclaimed and closed above on the daily. No coin, no chart has closed above their previous swing highs yet. So on the total, that would look like a move above $3.57 trillion. As of right now, we are still trading at the discount of the current range, down here around 3 trillion. And again, we have a long wick down into this green key level, right? The bottom of this wick is at 2.81%. When we have long wicks down and no candle bodies really closing in the key level, you can see on the 2 hour, nothing closed in it. On the 1 hour, okay, we had no closes in it. That tells us that there's leftover orders there. Okay, so we should brace for a potential test of the key level again to fill those leftover orders before, again, a major macro reversal. That's how I'm looking at the market. We can go through all these charts. It's the same story, the same song and dance with all of them. Total 2 needs to reclaim the previous swing high at 1.47 trillion. All right, you can see I have marked out the 61.8 golden pocket down here at 1.11 trillion. Potentially, we are going to see a move back to this level, or maybe we go as low as this important key level outlined in green down here that ended up being the bottom on total 2 at 1 trillion. I don't really see it going that low again, but if we do hit this golden pocket, it's going to cause a little move to the downside. I say little, it'll actually probably be pretty major on altcoins before a big reversal. So anyways, not to sound like a broken record, but all of these charts, they're very similar to one another, and we're looking for similar things on all of these charts. And after going through these examples, I hope you guys now can see what I'm looking for so that you can line that up with your own analysis and make a decision in your most informed state possible. That's what we're looking for. All right, we got to reclaim those previous swing highs. Until we do that, nothing is confirmed as a new uptrend. We have signs of strength, but again, long wicks into key levels with no closures in those key levels. So maybe there's some leftover orders there that needs to be filled first before a major macro reversal. Anyways, that's your general market analysis for the day. I'm sure you guys have a ton of questions about it, so I will definitely be looking to answer those questions. And ETH, the previous swing high, is up here at $3,500. So a lot of ground to make up for Ethereum. Anyways, let's see what's going on here in the chat, and let's get into these current events and these news articles and everything that's happening in the world of crypto. Guys, if you're enjoying the analysis so far, be sure to smash up the like button. If you like how I go about looking at the charts and sharing my analysis, let me know. Smash up the like button. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button as well. Big Boy Crypto says, we need alt season. This is brutal. For sure. In due time, my friend, I think we will see another push up. Shout out to JD Obrowski. What's going on? We got Nelly Lily says, good night from Istanbul. What's going on, Nelly from Istanbul? Lee J says, can't face any more dips. Seems like such a long way back to break even. So Lee, the thing about crypto, and a lot of people often forget this, is I talked about this yesterday as well. Months of bearish price action are always typically erased in a very short amount of time. Okay, when the market decides to move, it erases months of bearish price action in a very short amount of time. So yes, it can feel like a long way back up to even break even in some cases, but when it moves very quick. Okay, so essentially crypto is a massive game of just patience, and it is a huge game of conviction as well, right? Because if you don't believe in, say, Ethereum making a new all-time high, you're going to have a very hard time holding it, and probably won't be able to hold it until that happens. So yeah, again, things move quickly when they do actually move, but most of the time it's just sideways. So that is called time-based capitulation. Cricket Critic, Connor, next 3 months, where do you see Bitcoin? So my 3-month forecast is potential move down here to our demand zone at 89, move to 120 to 130K. That will be our cycle top. And then I can see us going down here to 70K over the course of maybe the next 3 to 6 months. I see it. That's how it's going to play out. But yeah, remember that one, lads. Remember that one. Crypto says hello from Canada. What's up? Bitcoin will be 120K this week. I mean, hey, I would love to see that happen, but I'm not so sure it will. We'll see though. Looks like we just had a super chat roll in from Jose Augusto. He says, good night from Brazil. Do you still believe we will have a big altcoin season in 2025? Yes, sir. Again, what does the altcoin season look like? Well, it would look like a move on Bitcoin dominance down here to my cycle target, which is at 46%. And it would be a move on USDT dominance. We would see a move to 3.3%. We likely see the total 2 give a 100% move, which would be an increase of $1.25 trillion to my bull target here at 2.5 trillion. Again, that's a 100% move exactly from the current price of the total 2, which is 1.24 trillion. That's how I see our altcoin shaping up for this year at this point in time. These targets are not Moonboy targets. These targets are realistic targets. And at this point in time, if you haven't noticed, having unrealistic targets does not lead to a very high level of success in the crypto market. So it's important to not overextend yourself and believe in the hopium that is shared 24/7 in the interwebs of crypto by most people. But yeah, those are some cycle targets, macro targets for altcoin season that you should have marked out on your own chart. So when they get hit, you know what to do. All right. Most people are going to be like, oh, we're just getting started here. Bull run's just starting. Meanwhile, our macro key levels are getting hit. So don't be like most people. But Jose, great question. Shout out to Matt1. Big shout out to the Silva Dollar. Shout out to Dre. And we got PG as well. PG, I have never heard of Barry the Badger. I've never heard of that one, man. Vincent P says, hi, Connor. I'm looking for pre-sale projects. Ideally, utility applications. Got in with Treble, but looking for more. Any suggestions? Also, found Flocker's pre-sale, but meme coins. Thanks, boss. So, yeah, Vincent, right now I do have my sights on one potential pre-sale opportunity. I'm still vetting it, but I'll share that with the Mastermind first. Look, you got to be extremely selective with pre-sales because I'm not sure if you've noticed, but most things are, I'd say 99% of things are complete garbage. The only pre-sale I've invested into in the past year has been Treble Swap, and that was obviously a huge success. So yeah, I'm going to continue vetting them hard, but when I find something worth sharing, I will for sure share it. And yeah, like Silva Dollar said, I will share it in the Mastermind first, like always. Big shout out to King Louie. We'll look at Litecoin in a second. Craig, Dion, what's going on, Craig? Shout out to all you guys right now. I want to get into some stuff though, so let's get into this. So, as I'm sure you guys have heard, because we did talk about this yesterday, and it's really all that's being talked about on crypto Twitter. So Argentina launched a meme coin. Javier Milei, the president, he tweeted out something, and it rug pulled within 1 hour. This is the 1 hour time frame, and if we go to the 5-minute chart, you basically had like 10 minutes. If you didn't buy in the first 10 minutes, you really had no opportunity. All right, maybe if you bought in the first 15 minutes, you could have bought it at say $2 to $3 within the first 15 minutes, and then if you didn't sell within the next 30 minutes, you would have gotten rug pulled and lost everything. So anyways, complete scam. And Javier Mele, you can see his name here in the banner, he tweeted it out. And after it rug pulled, he decided to deny any involvement with the coin. So everyone's like, what the heck is going on? Who's behind this if Javier Mele says he's not a part of it? Well, it's come to light recently that there is a major VC firm market maker called Kelsier Ventures. This dude Beanie, I mean, he's going after them super hard on crypto Twitter here. But anyways, he says this is the group behind Libra, working directly with Meteora and Kip. Kip is an AI project that's partnered with the Argentina government. Meteora, of course, the kind of liquidity project for the Solana blockchain. It's used with everything, along with Jupiter, right? So anyways, the link is dead on the Kelsier Ventures website now, but it's pulled from archives. So he's talking about this picture of the team. So the picture is the CEO, Hayden Davis. This is the guy who put out that video where he's wearing that Harry Potter, like, School of Wizard jacket. It just looked ridiculous. That was Hayden. And his dad, so it's a family crime. Tom is his dad. The group was behind the M3 scam plus others. FWOG, one of them. Anyway, insider info likely spread through the Phantom Troop. So here's the team at Kelsier Ventures. This is, you guys know how I talk about that, like, I never had any specifics. I was just going off of what I thought in my head, trying to piece things together, right? Some kind of big marketing agency cabal behind a lot of things. Well, here we'd have Kelsier Ventures. Ding, ding, ding. We found the culprit. Here's the core team. Again, this link has been removed from their website. Now, I don't recognize anybody but the two people, the two influencers on this list. There's Kaz and there's Champ. Now, Kaz is actually someone that I've followed since 2021. And I noticed last year, he always used to provide really good information, right? He used to be actually legitimate. He would try. He would like put in effort and try and share good things. Last year, I do remember him putting out his tweet that he joined Kelsier Ventures, and I noticed how he went downhill. He wouldn't share any of his normal market analysis anymore, and he just got lazy and only talked about essentially the coins given to him by Kelsier Ventures. All right, disgraceful. This is this guy here, and then there's Champ, the other guy I recognize on the list, and. Hold on, let me pull this up real quick. Champ is this guy who has 155K subscribers on YouTube, and he routinely makes money about how to become a meme coin millionaire, day in the life of a millionaire, how I made $1 million from $9,000, day in the life of a 26-year-old millionaire, young millionaire. If you guys don't see a theme, first of all, anyone with lifestyle marketing, you should fade. Like, seriously. Unless they're proven to be legit. Anyone who's flashing Lambos, flashing day in the life as a millionaire, all that shit, fade them. Because they're full of shit. Straight up, just complete con artists. You guys notice with my content, I really don't do any lifestyle marketing whatsoever. Because I think it's complete bullshit. It's pretty gay, to be honest with you. But anyways, I digress. So anyways, this is the other guy that I recognize from the list at Kelsier Ventures. But yeah, this is essentially the crime ring behind multiple scams on Solana, including the Trump coin, including the Argentina coin. It's all come to light now. So anyways, here is somebody's, this is just some random dude. But anyways, so here's Champ saying, most of you guys are fundamentally playing meme coins wrong. And you're going to get completely rinsed if you don't change. So here's a free guide. Meanwhile, he's just fed everything on a silver platter. He's an insider trading. Yeah, just a complete lie. So anyways, this guy said that, Champ was into NFTs in 2021. He was a mid-curve trader like most degens, was actually incredibly funny and genuine. He wasn't a good trader, but started making videos. He ended up piggybacking off of the success of a friend who released a decent NFT project. Then he released his own NFT project, and he became a CT influencer, acting like he could teach people, when he was one of the worst traders I knew. Literally only won because he was connected to the right people, went full scammer, extractor, sad to see it, and he blocked me for calling out this bullshit. So look, I mean, this is obviously this one guy, random guy on the internet's testimony, but it seems pretty legit, and I mean, it lines up with everything I'm seeing. But anyways, this is, if you're wondering why Solana is how it is, it's literally an insider ring. And it goes deeper than this, but this is just like the tip of the iceberg. Here's a funny tweet by Newsy Johnson. So he says there is zero difference between Libra and Melania. Of course, Melania is, let's go look at a side-by-side comparison. Here's Libra. And you guys remember Melania Trump's meme coin? Yeah, they do look exactly the same, actually. They look exactly the same. Here's Libra again for your side-by-side comparison. This is the 1 day chart. Obviously, Melania has been out longer, but they do very much so have the same structure. They are rug pulls. Anyways, the exact same chart just played out a day slower. Also, the same for every coin launched since Trump took office, Newsy Johnson. The speed of decline on Libra compared just means there was more insiders, that's all. So Newsy is definitely a satire account, but hey, there's some truth to this one. All right, the speed of decline literally just goes to show you that the contract was leaked to more people ahead of time, leading to, $4.5 billion market cap going, what's it at now? 4.5 bill to 313 million. Pretty nuts. Here's a funny tweet. So yeah, this champ guy, right? Did he delete? Let's see if it's still here. I think he was hanging out with Orangey in one of his recent videos. But so you guys remember that Gen Z Quant, who rug pulled somebody on a pump fund live stream? So this is the first evolution. The next evolution is Orangey, who essentially looks like a obese, like, female, but he's a dude. And then there is, of course, Hayden Davies, our boy over at Kelsier Ventures, who nobly made a video saying he was going to inject all of the money that they rug pulled back into the chart. What a guy. There's your evolution. Here's FaZe Banks, previously with the dude, the clown jester, the court jester from the Logan Paul podcast. Yeah, we'll play this clip. Why not? Let's make sure it's not too loud for you guys. But
in the internet.
He's essentially saying we're
East Coast scumbags turn podcasters. Honestly, I'll let you in on a secret. Don't tell anybody I said this, but we figured out how to just scheme so much money out of Hollywood and the internet. Like, we're just running with it.
I know it, dude.
Until the fucking wheels fall off.
They figured out. I don't know if you guys could hear that one, but essentially they figured out how to scheme so much money out of Hollywood and the internet. They are going to run with it until the wheels fall off. And do you guys remember? This was supposed to be the next big meme coin too at some moment in time, MLG. FaZe Banks coin. And anyways, you guys get the point by this moment in time. I'd hope so, at least. Here's Kaz. Again, this guy used to be good, but hey, he sold his soul, so good riddance. Major pusher of FWOG. Look, he did push it when it was still like low and it pumped, but he never stopped, and it's down 90% now. So anyways, lost all respect, and you really hate to see it. So yeah, the Kelsier Ventures guys, they were 100% behind this one and many other memes. They were successful, but they did have the successful Burj Khalifa as well. So it's all coming to light now. It is all coming to light. Here's Dave Portnoy admitting that he was given tokens from Kelsier Ventures, given tokens sent to his wallet because he was included on the marketing list of influencers. And Portnoy was essentially, you guys can listen to this on your own time. I'm not going to play this 4 minutes, but basically, Portnoy said, like, they sent me 6 million coins, and I said I was going to tweet it out, but they were like, no, you can't say that you were given coins. And Portnoy's like, what the heck are you talking about? I have to say I was given the coins. He said he sent them back. But look, if Portnoy was given coins, who else was given coins? We want the list. Where's the list at? It runs very deep. And yeah, all the LA Vape Cabal kids, all them for sure. I don't know if they were on the list, but they for sure got the contract early. But yeah, it just keeps getting worse. Here's your boy Luke Belmar saying to max long the Javier Melee coin, which again, major rug pull. There's also every time I've heard of Luke Belmar from like somebody in crypto that's like connected with like memes and stuff, they always say the second Luke Belmar is given any supply, he instantly sells it. Complete LARP. And here's the Jupiter Exchange putting out a long tweet about the recent fiasco of Libra. And so a few of the members of the team knew that there would be a token associated with the president, Javier Milei. 2 weeks ago, they learned directly from Kelsier Ventures. There's that name again. Ding, ding, ding. While we were initially unsure, we then saw credible evidence in the form of public tweets, yada, yada, yada. Look, they wrote a whole book here. And like many people have pointed out in the comment section, why do you post all that? Nobody writes this much unless they're guilty. Yeah, pretty much. Look, Jupiter, Meteora, Kelsier Ventures, all the little influencers that are part of their marketing program, all the plants. Like, if you guys want to keep on buying their trash, go for it. But, I mean, like, what happens when you walk into a poker game in New York City and you see that, the deck's rigged? Do you cause a big uproar? No, because they could hurt you, right? You walk out of there and you never go back. That's what people have to do here in this circumstance. Just don't participate in it, right? Vote with your dollars. Walk away. And don't go back, and then this will essentially stop. And I think this is a big event that's going to cause that to happen. But then again, people are, I hate to use the word to generalize a lot of people, but it is somewhat true, right? People are indeed retarded, so they will go running back into this scam, probably, but I hope they don't. I really don't. And also, with that being said, I've called it the meme coin casino, but the casino has odds that are transparent and listed, right? The odds for every game in the casino. This is not a casino. This is a complete scam. Okay, there are no odds here, right? The odds at the blackjack table, the odds at the roulette table. You don't know the odds here, so you can't even call it a casino anymore because it's much worse than that. But anyways, there's your little update for the day in regards to what's happening in the crypto world. If you're wondering what all the controversy and drama is about online, well, there it is. There it is. And all it has been is a group of few exploiting the masses on the Solana blockchain. And what's this going to lead to? It's likely going to lead to a shift of sentiment, and it could potentially be the catalyst to see Solana start to underperform the other major assets in the crypto markets, such as Ethereum and Bitcoin as well. So here is Solana versus Ethereum on the weekly time frame. All right, we have a major ascending channel shaping up here. We do have higher time frame bearish divergence, and this could very well be the top. It looks like a top to me, so I'm calling top here on Solana versus Ethereum. Sol BTC, if we go look at Sol BTC, it has begun to break down from this ascending triangle. All right, you can see this pump, triangle, consolidation, breakdown, sweep liquidity, now back down to the lows, potentially looking to break through support. So we could potentially be seeing here at the top of Solana versus Bitcoin and Ethereum, and this is going to lead to a period of Ethereum outperformance. So if we go look at the ETH BTC chart, well, we had that major liquidity flush out last week, of course, where we hit a low of around 2.3%. Going and testing these lows from December of 2020. This very well is the bottom here. I'm calling bottom on ETH versus BTC. I know I was calling it here in this gray demand zone. I was wrong. It flushed through, but this is capitulation in my opinion. And with what has occurred here, I'm expecting, the charts are also shaping up. So it's not just my personal bias, right? The charts are also telling a story that we're likely going to see Ethereum actually start to pick up here versus both Bitcoin and Solana, which is really good. Very, very good for everyone's altcoins in general. Very good for Ethereum memes, Ethereum ecosystem coins, layer 2s like Base. Everything is going to see a massive influx when Ethereum starts to perform here, and I'm thinking it's going to be sometime soon. But anyways, we just got a super chat here. We got a super chat from Johnny Bullrun. He says, rugs everywhere, Connor. Scammers everywhere. Even Ron in the basement. I think he took us to the basement. Today I challenged him to prove us wrong. Thoughts on RWA Gems, Ondo, and OM Mantra DAO. So yeah, the Ron situation, again, I really want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but yeah, just how this entire market has been working with the Wintermute market maker involved, I don't know. I really don't know. So yeah. There is a mixed feeling across the board with this project at this point in time, right? Because a lot of people want to believe him. But yeah, reality is stranger than fiction. I don't know. I have no proof. I have no proof of any wrongdoing, but some suspicion for sure. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that one. And then thoughts on Ondo and OM Mantra DAO. Well, OM right now is not a buy because if we look at the chart, like, it's the only coin continuing to go up right now besides Telcoin in the market. But yeah, this is a bit overextended in my opinion. Why do I say that? Well, if we look at the price in December 2023, it was at 2 cents. The current price is $7.45. That is a gain of 32,000%, which equates to a 330x in price. So all we actually had to do was buy Mantra DAO in 2023. That's the only thing we had to do. But yeah, now it doesn't make much sense in my opinion to buy this coin. I mean, I really don't know I know it's a real world asset project, yeah, but I'm not sure the exact specifics on why this thing is outperforming the entire market. And at this point in time, it does not look like a buy to me on no matter how you spin it. Let's take a measurement and let's see if this has hit any important Fibonacci levels on the weekly time frame. Yeah, it's past all of them. Let's throw up a 3618. Wow, it's at like the 6618 right now. It's past the 6.618. I mean, hot damn, I really don't know what to say about this coin other than if you buy it now, you probably won't do well because you're late to the party. All right. I do not suggest buying a coin that is up 330x in the past 24 months. So you're going to have to let this one go, my man, unless, of course, you want to take a risk on it. But yeah, it does not look like a very convincing buy to me personally. But let's look at Ondo. Real quick, let's check up on Trump's World Liberty Financial Wallet. And he is still holding $437,000 worth of Ondo here. And majority of the funds are still in Ethereum, in staked Ethereum, with a current value of $13.2 million. So yeah, don't ignore this one as well, lads. Definitely something planned here for Ethereum. But they got 10 million of TRX as well, which is really interesting. But anyway, this is a proxy company for Trump, right? He can lose this money. Like, it's not really that big of a deal to him. But still, it's interesting to see ETH as his largest holding. Anyways, here's Ondo. This is the weekly. And you can see the 61.8 extension up here at $3. That's certainly a level to mark out on your chart for the cycle. But currently, let's go to the daily time frame. Ondo has been essentially like Bitcoin, where it's just straight sideways, right? It's holding the daily 200 EMA or pink EMA here. So if we're going to get that dip scenario I discussed at the start of the stream, we can pull this. Okay, that's right at the EMA. Anyways, for Ondo here, yeah, if we're going to get our dip scenario, I would be looking for longs here and here. 114, 109. I mean, potentially it goes and sweeps the wick depending on how ugly it is and the liquidity flush out. With altcoins, they can be pretty ugly, so I would not use a limit order. I would use a market order entry and be at my desk if I was to long this on a dip. Now, vice versa, on the bullish side of things, we have our previous swing high at $1.64. Okay, so if we are going to go the bullish route from here and not dip, I would say wait for it to reclaim the previous swing high and then long the dip after that for the move potentially to $3.11, which is that negative 0.618 extension I have marked up here. But yeah, OM Montreal, talked about that. 330x in 2 years, not really something I would consider as a strong buy. But Ondo, I would look for the plan that I just laid out there if you're interested in that one. T, what's up, T? We got Natty718. He says, you think we bottomed, sitting 50% in cash? Natty, so I did discuss how I'm looking at things currently. I guess you just tuned into our stream now, but if you see the dip down here on BTC, I would look to deploy more of that cash into the market personally. As long as we don't close below 89K, because if we close below 89K in the daily, 3-day, weekly time frames, that will open up the door for 70, but we don't have that right now. So yeah, if you see a dip this week, I would look to deploy. I think we're close to a bottom, yes. Let's see, FEMA Region 7. That's a funny name. Where's Region 7? And he says, still watching Alchemy Pay, RSR, and Ondo. So yeah, those are some decent tickers you listed there, ACH, Alchemy Pay. So it's essentially fully retraced this pump, or not fully retraced this pump, but it's come down substantially, as you can see, past the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement, back down to the daily 200 EMA on Alchemy Pay. So currently, based off of my plan for Bitcoin, you guys should hopefully already know what I'm going to say here. Looked along a dip, 2.2 cents. I mean, if it sweeps the lows over here at 1.9, it's a buy, okay? Like, if you see it down here, it's a buy. Now, on the other side, if it decides to pump and bottom out from here, okay, I wouldn't necessarily recommend to chase it because that could result in a lower high and then a move down here. What you should look for is a reclaim of the previous swing high and then long that pullback. Okay, longing before the reclaim of the previous swing high opens up the door to get caught in a double top. And if you get caught in a double top, it's not fun. So yeah, that's why we look to essentially wait until the previous swing high is reclaimed before entering a long, or we look to wait for it to dip down to its key level down here, right? If this, then that, and stick to the plan. This way you don't get caught off sides and thrashed against the rocks on the side of a cliff, to use that analogy again. But yeah, that's ACH and then RSR, reserve rights. This is a made in the USA coin. Let's go look at that category actually real quick, guys. The made in the USA category. XRP, Solana, Cardano, Chainlink, Sui, Litecoin, HBAR, DOT. I see DOT going to $20 maximum. Absolute maximum $20 for Polkadot, if you're wondering. Ondo, Near, Aptos, Render. Polkadot and Render are the same exact price right now, which is pretty interesting. Different market caps for the same price. Render should outperform Polkadot from here. Where is RSR? I'm pretty sure reserve rights is, yeah, here it is, number 170. Reserve rights is made in the USA with a 461 million market cap. So reserve rights, if you guys don't know about it, essentially they're trying to solve inflation or whatever. I've made videos about it in the past. But one thing I do know is that Peter Thiel is a VC investor. Peter Thiel is, I believe he has some kind of like close relationship or connection with the Vice President J.D. Vance. Could be something of interest there. But anyways, RSR is, it's a 2021 coin, and it's stuck around, and it's done well this cycle, as you can see from this weekly chart, right? Bottomed out down here at 0.0016, topped out at 2.7 cents, currently at 0.008. So it's done well, and you know, with a Trump pump, with a made in the USA pump, benefits for USA tokens, it likely will continue to perform. So for RSR, first things first, our wick is down to 0.006. We're in a downtrend, lower highs, lower lows, below the daily 200 EMA. All right, maybe it wants to pop back up, but until that happens, and until the prior swing high is reclaimed up here, no reason to be too bullish. Now to the downside, if we are going to get another wick, this is a lower market cap shitcoin, so it will be more volatile. Yeah, this green zone down here, 0.005, if given, buy. Don't hesitate. And then even as well back down here, I'd say the bottom of our red zone. It's marked for a reason, guys. All my zones, they're based off of supply and demand, so they are there for a reason. They are not random. But yeah, I would look for a potential wick fill. But if it sweeps the wick, I would look for a green zone. But yeah, RSR is a good ticker. And it's got a lot of work to do, even just to get back to equilibrium. And the equilibrium, coincidentally enough, is up here at this kind of double top that happened back in November of 2021 at 6 cents. So yeah, for sure a major level to take profit if you're in RSR, up here at around 6 cents. When you see it, and you see, for example, right, if you're up there and you see, you know, stablecoin dominance at 3.3%, you see Bitcoin dominance at 46%, you sell and you don't hesitate to sell. You take your money, you take your profits, and you get out. You stable up, right? You want to use price targets and line them up with confluence on the majors. And when they line up, you don't hesitate, you execute. Guys, smash up that subscribe button, smash up the like button. Thank you for all of your support. Shout out to Dan McAvoy. What's going on, Dan? We just got a super chat, though, from Juan Nukin. What's going on, Juan? He says, Connor, loving your content. Could you please review the B3 chart? B3, that's an interesting one because they did just get listed on Coinbase out of nowhere, essentially. And I believe this is like gaming, crypto gaming. That's right. It's a layer 3 gaming blockchain, which, like, let's be real for a second. Do we need a layer 3 gaming blockchain? No, not really. But anyways, the question is, can we look at the chart? Sure. So we have, this was the Coinbase pump. And of course, we had the big market crash. So this actually launched. This is a 4-hour time frame. I'm just getting my bearings straight right here. 4-hour time frame. This launched on the 10th of February, so a week after the big crash on February 3rd. It still managed to go from 0.004 up here to almost 2 cents. So a 4 to a 5x in a couple of days. Listed on Coinbase. Insiders for sure cashed out. And it did manage to find its bottom. In this little 1-hour time frame demand zone that we had to dig into a bit. Personally, this looks a little lethargic. It looks like it's coming off of a Coinbase listing and struggling to find any sense of demand in this current market where every coin on Base is really suffering at the moment. So currently I would look for, if you want to buy this, of course, I wouldn't buy it up here. I would wait for lower. I would either wait for a retest of this zone down here. I would look for this kind of base support level to get hit on it. Will we see a base season? Yes, I think we will again, right? We already talked about it this stream with ETH BTC likely finding its bottom, Sol ETH likely finding its top, etc., etc. So that will lead to good things for the base ecosystem. But yeah, play like this, very high market cap, right? 212 million, 1 billion fully diluted. I just would pass up on it. It's just really not something I'm interested in any shape or form. I would fade that one. Shout out to FEMA region. He says, brilliant. No worries, man. Craig says, Mr. Connor, question. When using the stochastic RSI, what is the best time frame? Craig, I will stop you right there, my man. I do not use the stochastic RSI. All right, I just use the regular RSI. Don't use stochastic. So I can't answer that one. Let's see. FEMA says base swap hammered, alien base under siege. Let's take a little up. Let's take a gander at that. So I don't know about base swap, but I get asked about alien base frequently, and I've made it clear that I believe this was its peak. And I don't see it making a new all-time high. And currently, yeah, I mean, the charts, look, all the base charts we look at, they all look very similar. They're all down like 90%, and they're all now, this is down 80%, but they're all dead sideways, right? Let's look at some big base coins. Keycat's still on my bullish list, dead sideways. Yeah, Bepe, dead sideways. AI agent slaughtered. Spec is a total shitcoin. This was honestly just the biggest like VC rug pull we've seen in a long time. Spectral AI, total scam there. But yeah, Toasty in consolidation. But back to our point here, what were we looking at? ALB. Yeah, I mean, look, I wouldn't buy ALB. Treb, I think, could potentially go a bit lower. Obviously, I'm more bullish on Treble than ALB. One, it just launched. It hasn't had its big run. Okay, this happened in a period of like 4 or 5 days or so. Launch hype. But this is version 4. All the other ones are version 3. In my opinion, Treb is the best one, but we'll see how it does shape up. And then base swap, again, I've never really heard of. But we got people asking about Toshi. You're really just going to have to be patient with this one, lads, because it just had its Coinbase pump, and it's likely going to have to cool off for a while before it does anything else. Right, you just saw the Coinbase pump. It was pretty nuts. 20x in 2 weeks. And it hasn't retraced to any key levels on even the daily time frame yet. So way too soon to call bottom right now. Way too soon to call bottom. I do see a world where there's more potential upside, but that's going to be later on and likely going to line up with many of the major charts we've already shared this live stream. But yeah, for now, I would say let it come down a bit further first. Again, it hasn't even tapped any key levels on the daily time frame yet after, peaking up here. So bare minimum, I see it coming down here. And I'm going to guess that lines up with your golden pocket. Not quite, actually. It's actually way more. That would line up more with the 88.6. But yeah, Toshi, again, coming off of a 20x. Like, look at Degen. Look at what happened when Degen pumped like crazy. Anyone who decided they wanted to buy it, like after the pump, just got caught in a big downtrend, right? Degen, similar thing, right? Base coin pumped really well off of the bottom. But look, if you tried to get in on a dip, you just got caught in the downtrend. And something similar is likely to happen on Toshi. So I would just say, just hold off. Don't even touch it right now. Shout out to Dan Griffiths. What's up, Dan? Barry the Badge. Never heard of Barry the Badge. FEMA Region 7 says, my technical analysis is superb. Thank you, sir. Been doing it a long time, so I would hope it would be good. Yeah, shout out to Adrian Kent as well. What's going on, my man? Good to see you. VVV thoughts. Same thing as all the other base coins. I'm not particularly crazy bullish on this coin. Like, we know there was an insider launch. I have played around a lot with the AI, and it is a good product. But the problem with VVV and Venice AI, just because it's a good product doesn't mean there needs to be a token attached to it. And you can pay with credit card to access, the AI, the LLM, or the various different APIs you can use with Venice. It's a good AI platform. But there's just no point to have a token involved with it. And Eric Voorhees says, oh, you can stake the token and get access to our AI. But what if you don't want to be part of, being caught in some bullshit token staking scheme? You can pay with your credit card. Okay, great. So then why is there a token in the first place? All right. So thoughts on VVV, good product. No point in having a token, essentially. That's what I think about it. So I wouldn't buy it. Richie with an interesting comment. Richie says, I think Toshi will be the meme winner on base. It already is. And you say Brett needs a Coinbase listing badly. Look, Brett is done. Brett is so shot. Look, if you're still riding on Brett and trusting in Crash, I got news for you, my man. I got news for you. You are being led to the slaughterhouse. If you haven't noticed, Brett is shot. Brett is completely done, in my opinion. Crash has lied through his teeth since he launched this coin, essentially. Of course, there's no major proof that he's launched it, but come on, put two and two together. If we've learned anything recently with the Kelsier Ventures recent rug pull scam again, with the two partners here, Champ and Kaz. But if we've learned anything, it's that this game is dirty and it runs deep. And Crash has lied through his teeth since he launched Brett. So, I mean, look, I doubt Coinbase is going to list it. It's a complete scam, too. Did people make money on it? Yes, they did. On the initial run-up in 2024. But it doesn't change the fact that the entire launch was bundled. And, yeah, it's just a complete lie. So I mean, hey, if they get a Coinbase listing, I will be damned. And I'll say, okay, I was wrong, but nah, not going to happen, man. Not going to happen. All right, we're going to take a few more questions. We'll take one more. We'll take one more. Chris says, Connor, get in Giga Chat it. Suppo Man, another YouTuber, pushing it. 400 to 500K market cap now. Chris, I think I'm going to have to put you in timeout for that. In fact, I don't think I will put you in timeout for that, man. Get Suppo Man's bullshit far away from my channel, please. Don't comment that shit in my live chat. Fuck out of here with that. Excuse my French. Maddie says, thoughts on TARS AI and PAL? That's a good question. Some AI coins. So TARS AI, I'm a bit worried for it because, why am I a bit worried about TARS AI? It all comes full circle, lads. Our boy Kaz. Again, I've followed Kaz for quite a bit, since like 2021. Because he used to actually provide good information. He is a good trader, but he just started taking insider deals and stopped trading and just started profiting. But I know Kaz really likes TARS AI, which somewhat worries me. And I know that TARS AI, they pay a lot of people too. So yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe the chart obviously looks a bit bearish at the current moment in time, with their nice rounded top up here at 50 cents, 49.8 cents. Nice round psychological number. Losing support over here at 27 cents. And essentially back down to your previous range high levels at like 16, 17. But again, I've talked about this coin before, right? It had very positive sentiment because the marketing's super good on it. I'm just a little bit worried because our boy Kaz was pushing this thing for a long, long time. So is Kelsier Ventures involved? I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if we come to find out that they were. So yeah, that one is there's a potential landmine waiting to blow up in everyone's face here. So it's tough, it's risky. But yeah, when there's smoke, there's fire. When there's fire, there's flames. There's smoke here. I would be a little hesitant to be an investor of TARS AI at the current moment in time. Just being real with you. Straight up. And then PAL, like most AI coins, not doing too hot. So if we're going to get a scenario where Bitcoin dips, you should look for this back to hit this level. Notice the equal close right at 11.9 cents from the crash in November. That's where I would be looking for a dip on PAL. If it's going to bounce. So it's at a pretty, important level here, because like if it loses this, it's all over, right? So this is a must hold level over here at just above 10 cents. So that's where you should look if you do see a dip. You likely will be given a bounce, and you can manage your trade. You can move your stop loss up. You can trail your stop loss. You can sell your initial if you buy spot. If you're given a bounce and you get the entry down here. Other than that, it needs to reclaim the previous swing high if it's going to flip bullish again. Where's the previous swing high? It is at 23 cents. I mean, some may call it, I'd say it's at 23 cents. This is another swing high up here at 47 cents. But yeah, if it cannot reclaim 23 cents, be worried. But if it does, look to long the pullback like every other chart we've discussed today. Anyways, guys, we've been live for 1 hour. We're going to go ahead and wrap this one up right now. And yeah, we talked about a lot. We went over the market. We went over the recent controversy with the Argentina meme coin. I gave you my thoughts around it. And it's funny how all of my suspicions, my conspiracy theories, just once again magically turned out to be true. What a coincidence. Who would have ever thought that one, right? Crazy stuff, crazy world. But yeah, reality really is stranger than fiction, and the rabbit hole goes deeper than you could imagine. And now that some stuff is coming out, we know that Kelsier Ventures was behind most of this bullshit. We'll see if the people still decide to vote with their dollars and go play in the Solana sandbox. Complete experiment. But yeah, everyone who has a brain inside of their head that's functioning likely is not going to want to participate in that game anymore, which is likely going to lead to a shift in sentiment around Ethereum and the Ethereum ecosystem, OG Ethereum meme coins, layer 2s, liquid staking coins like LDO, etc. Those are all likely to do well going forward once we do actually find a bottom here in the market. Again, watch out for a move on BTC down to 89K in case that is given this week. You know that is a level to long, and you should look for altcoins at the same time at their own respective levels if you're looking to buy anything. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this live stream. Smash up the like button, and I'll see you all really soon right here at Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto market. My name is Connor. Have an amazing rest of your weekend, and I'll see you in the next video.